Jingle bells,
You're here. You're
jingle
queer.
bells,
We're not used to it.
jingle
You can't say that.
Do we have? Is that free? What Christmas songs are free?
The Taylor Swift one, the Mariah Carey one.
Jingle all the way. We already got to change the melody, so then that way.
Oh, right, yeah.
I think we're okay on that.
No.
Okay.
Disney owns it. They own Christmas. You know what they don't own though? My genetic fucking material.
They will.
Yet.
Yeah, one day.
Well, not. At least I'll know what they're getting, so I'll get a good deal for it because of 23andMe. 23andMe is a service that allows you to look into your own genetic history and future. They give you profiles on your health, where you're from. You can learn all kinds of stuff about yourself, maybe what you're prone to, maybe what you're not prone to. And you can use that to kind of make better decisions about how to live. Adam tried it out. What did you feel like you were informed?
Absolutely. I'm related to the Neanderthals.
I didn't.
I mean, I
never
could've
would
told you that,
I never
but-
would have guessed.
You are absolutely, all of you.
Oh.
Maybe except for James.
Not this guy.
It's grown in a lab.
Apparently you don't want to be a pure breed.
Yeah,
You
that's
actually
bad.
want some of that Neanderthal DNA in you.
Well, this is the perfect way to find out.
Yeah.
Right before Christmas time, you can rub it in all your family's faces. So we want you to check out 23andMe. They sponsored this episode, and we're going to hear more from them at the end of the show.
One of the things they talk about of the Neanderthal DNA is that if you have straight hair, that is a gene passed down. But I like the idea of a bunch of like new humanoids with curly, nasty hair and these beautiful long hair apes running around like hair bad.
straight hair good.
Our first question this week comes from Big Duck Jessica. What is your best meeting a celebrity story?
One time I had to produce Mark Hamill for Comic-Con. He was one of our guests at Comic-Con at Q4. And I was really excited because I was a huge fan of Star Wars. And he's one of the only celebrities I got nervous around. And I walked up to him and I was like handing him the cards and I was like, here you go, Mr. Hamill. Just make sure you read the questions before so you know what you're going to answer. And he went, oh, thank you. What do they say? Because I don't have my glasses. And I was like, oh, and I read all the questions to him out loud like an old man. It was really nice.
I heard he preys upon young boys, so...
Good.
What?
Young boys, I was like 32.
I mean, he's also 74, so it's just fine.
Adam's just doing us a favor because if he's wrong, what's the problem? But if he's right, then he's
true.
just saved some young boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hear that, ladies? Just throw out all the accusations you can, then you'll be safe.
No.
That's not it.
I met Selma Hayek once, but I didn't realize it was her. I just thought it was a really short person that was standing in front of me in the elevator. I had like memory blankness, and we both kind of stared at each other, and I recognized her face, so I did the thing that I do when I recognize someone but have no idea who they are, when I go, good to see you again.
Did you say that for real?
She said, good to see you again too.
Yes! You're in!
And then we parted ways, and I was like, that was Selma Hayek, and I have no idea, I've never met her before.
She probably thought that because that happens to her all the time, where she sees people and they think they recognize her.
Or, hear me out, she's a big fan of my work.
When did you meet her?
Long time ago.
This is when you were QCing videos at Netflix?
10 years ago.
Yeah,
Okay.
so she didn't know who you were at all.
Oh.
Yeah, I made up a whole story about how my car broke down in front of Robin Williams' house, but that seems oddly, it just seems emotionally off now that you guys have all told real stories. So instead I waited in line for 30 minutes to throw my arm around Tommy Tallarico and have him sign my Earthworm Jim CD,
Hold on,
which was
make
an
sure
honor
it
CD.
says
Celebrity?
celebrity.
It says
Yeah, hold on.
celebrity here.
Yeah, this is word celebrity, which
He performed in front of hundreds.
right. Webster defines celebrity as not Tommy Tallarico.
How many of your asshole celebrities have played a flaming guitar?
The next question from Komodo02. With high-end brands like Supreme doing collaborations with other fashion brands, what brand does Funhaus collaborate with to create the next big trend?
So we need something that's like cool now and forever. That's,
Fubu.
Jinkos?
Moon shoes.
Wait, what's Adam going to say?
I was gonna say Billabong.
Oh, he's right!
Billabong.
How's that?
Cool.
They're not cool.
Yeah.
What?
They're
as-
Australian and
they're-
they love to surf.
They're
wait a
about
minute.
as cool as Massimo.
Stussy.
I thought it was Stussy.
I don't care.
It's the two dots.
Who owns that
It's
S?
so exotic.
I just want to make sure we create another big rave trend. As long as we're in a rave, that's
Okay.
where I want Funhaus to be. Or branding on the ecstasy pills that somebody takes.
Nice, that's
Little acid
good.
sheets with a Funhaus logo on them.
You want to throw a Funhouse Fire Festival.
Okay, Fire Festival wasn't thinking big enough. Island Resort, whatever. What if we make our own island? And it's shaped like the Funhouse logo.
That's a great idea.
And we throw the biggest rager there ever.
That's a
We're going to have to get a Saudi prince to finance this, but I think we could do it.
We'll just make the whole thing out of plastic.
Yeah.
Then it's cheap and it floats.
There's so much plastic in the ocean already.
Yeah, so who's going to notice a giant floating
Wait a minute.
FH?
Why don't we have the fire festival on top of the pile of garbage that's in the Pacific Ocean?
This is the actual garbage island.
Yeah, we'll do it at Garbage Island.
I really think we could make a lot of money if we sold, like, cannabis shit.
Oh yeah.
Here's what we'll burn our YouTube videos onto CDs, hand them out at Hollywood and Highland, and tuck a little joint to each one.
You guys are all preying upon young boys, it sounds like.
Well, we are Hollywood elites.
They're young at heart because they're wearing Billabong,
Yeah.
and I like that, so I slipped them a joint.
Next question from VT Dino. What are some good tips for dealing with drunk relatives over the holidays?
The problem with drunk people is that you only know they're drunk when you're sober. So you need to meet them at their level.
Absolutely.
And therefore, everyone's going to seem like the coolest person ever. You're going to have so much confidence. You can do anything.
I think he's saying get drunk.
You can have sex without condoms. You can drive without a seatbelt.
And all your political opinions get so much better when you're
Yeah.
drunk.
They do.
It's like coherent.
Tweet as much as you can because you think it's so clear. You're like Stephen King of Twitter.
He's on Twitter.
And he's political because he's drunk. I mean, having been that person, I know explicitly all the ways you can annoy a drunk family member that's just having the time of their life. So, Adam, kind of like what you were saying, just treat the drunk person as though they're right about everything and encourage them in all ways. We all need to pull our weight to make sure Lawrence doesn't get upset 1 hour into the meal and start
Lawrence is
throwing
typically the drunk relative. I think.
Oh, yeah.
This
Oh,
scenario.
absolutely.
Are you saying we should fuck
This
our
question's
cousins?
about him.
Yeah.
if they're hot and wearing Billabong because you know they're young.
Is it still incest if you don't finish?
Lawrence, read the next question.
You got it. Red Zerks. Wait.
Zursk, I don't know.
Zersk, yeah. With Aquaman coming out in a few weeks and Avatar 2 showing about Pandora's oceans, must be European. What other movie do you want to have an underwater sequel? I think combining both a movie that no one's heard of and a premise that no one will care about.
Great.
Backdraft 2.
Oh, that's a great idea. Fire underwater.
Now it's underwater.
That's
yeah.
great.
So, I mean, what's worse than fire? Fire that burns underwater.
Yeah.
How do we stop
It's not
it?
even a real thing.
What do we put it out with? More fire? Less fire? What do we do?
I think, you know how Disney's remaking their old
Everything.
catalog of
They're
movies
making
and stuff like
everything, yeah.
that. I think we take advantage of one of their most popular movies that also happens to involve a lot of water. Twister.
Aladdin. Oh.
So we do Twister 2.
Okay.
Only it's an underwater tornado.
Whirlpool.
We get Helen Hunt. We get Bill Paxton.
They're dead.
Huh?
Or one of them's dead.
You throw them in the water, they move on their own. It's great.
What was the Mark Wahlberg movie that came out recently? The Peter Weir one?
Shooter?
No, the
The one on the
22
on the
mile?
oil rig.
yeah, Deep Sea Horizon.
Oh, Deepwater Horizon.
Deepwater Horizon.
Deepwater Horizon. I want to see a sequel to that, but we're gonna do something that's never been done before. It's a sequel. Instead of a sequel, instead of taking place afterwards,
Okay.
it takes place at the exact same time.
All right.
But what was happening underwater?
Fish.
Mostly fish.
I'm going to say we have to make Titanic 2, but it's underwater. Because James Cameron knows underwater better than anywhere else in the world.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
there's
why
more
they-
story to be told.
That's why Avatar 2's on here.
I know the Titanic 2, Adam.
Yeah,
Were
it's
you
a
not
different
listening?
movie, all
It's
right?
a totally different movie. Where the band that was playing on the Titanic went down, they're underwater playing their music, and everybody's having a hoedown, and it turns into Under the Sea. Or whatever.
Yeah.
Next question from The Proton. In a last-ditch effort to improve ratings, Funhaus has been granted permission to make a new Oscar category. What category do each of you make to bring in the views?
I'm going to beat it. Big titties. That's what it is. And it has to say titties, because you can't
Is
say the
it-
word titties on TV.
Yeah.
Who presents it? Like Salma Hayek?
Well, yeah, obviously.
Keeps knocking
Is the winner the biggest, or is it the best big?
Well, it's subjective, as is every Oscar.
Well, yeah.
So it's the biggest and the best.
Everything. It's
The
symmetry,
biggest-
it's
okay,
shape,
yeah,
it's size, it's
exactly.
perkiness.
They can't be like Anna Nicole Smith, like giant. You don't know who that is.
Okay.
They've got to be like natural but big. Jennifer Tilly. Jennifer Tilly.
Jennifer Tilly.
Wait,
You were worried about them not knowing who Anna Nicole Smith was. I think you mentioned Jennifer Tilly.
who was that banging redhead on Mad Men?
Oh, Christina Hendricks.
I mean, fuck me.
yeah, Christina Hendricks. There we
None
go.
of these people.
you wanna feel-
how are these
Hendricks,
people going to
yeah.
win it now? Do they have to be in a movie? I feel like you'd have to feature them in a movie. Like
could just
best
be somebody you
nudes-
find on the
you just
sidewalk,
Wrap
yeah.
it up in what I would add, which is best nude scene.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right.
Because
Yeah.
you get all these actors and actresses like, oh, I'm only going to do it if it's artistic or I get paid a lot. You're going to start seeing a lot more boobs and cock in movies, all right, if they think they can win an award.
Hell yeah.
yeah.
I want to actually try to promote like good well-being in the Hollywood ecosystem because we know it's bad.
We
What?
do know
Do we?
that.
Do we
it's
know
bad.
that?
No, so I think we do a category of like least touched. We call it the Lassie. So like, you know, the Lassiter.
Oh.
The idea is that like this movie had the least amount of people sexually abused on set.
Got it.
And it's always
Nobody
close.
wins that. Nobody. They can't give that award away.
Well, yeah.
Just got spider webs on it.
Countdown to 0 says, describe your perfect day.
Burrito.
Oh, let's say
like
that's
a
a good
haiku.
challenge. One word.
One word.
Oh shit. Hyphenated speed running marathon.
That's not one word, but all
It's
right.
hyphenated, Bruce.
I'm going to say archipelago.
Okay.
Godfather Marathon.
That's two words.
Hyphenated?
That's two words.
Just say it's hyphenated.
Does it have to be hyphenated?
I mean, he did it.
Hey, Jacob. Come here. Hey, Jacob, describe your perfect day in one word.
Jar Jar.
That's two
No one.
No, that's I mean, it's one word, right?
Moron. What Jacob meant to say, and we'll just dub it over, is 23andMe. This episode of Open House is brought to you by 23andMe, a genetic test service that helps you understand what your DNA can tell you about you and your family's story. 23andMe provides personal insight into your health and ancestry with over 90 reports on what make you unique. Do you want to explore where your DNA comes from, or learn how your genes play a role in your well-being and lifestyle? Well, now is the perfect time, because through December 25th, 23andMe DNA kits are on sale. 23andMe's got you covered with profiles of over 150 regions worldwide. Your traits make up a major part of who you are, and 23andMe provides an intricate look into those traits. With 23andMe, you can find out if you're prone to kicking in your sleep, whether or not you might naturally be a gifted singer, or even if mosquitoes are more attracted to your blood than others. Shining a light on your own genetics can illuminate who you are. Now, through December 25th, get 30% off any 23andMe kit. Order your DNA kit at 23andme.com/openhouse. That's the number 23andme.com/openhouse. I was thinking anal.
I'm scared of anal.
You're scared of anal?
Yeah, I mean,
You don't get it.
well, that's the thing. I don't want to. Like, it's an event horizon. Once you cross it, you can never go back.
That's not
Sure,
true.
you can. You do it once, you both decide you didn't like it, and you go back to vaginal.
Yeah.
What if you do? What if you really
like
do?
in the moment.
Yeah.
You just pull out and you go right
You go,
to the vagina.
Never
mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might want to flush that out.
Change my mind.
I don't know why you keep getting yeast infections. Maybe something you did. What do you watch a speed run?
I would be the saloon piano player. Then anytime you see me pull my hands away distracted, the piano's still playing.
Yeah, because it's just doing one of those things.
So then one of the big burly cowboys is like, "Did I see you playing that piano or not?" And then I get all like,
And then he shoots you.
yeah, he shoots me point blank.
Yeah, I want